Hello everyone. Today again we will study chapter 2 in our geography, that is natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Chapter 2 part 3. Contents of this part are natural vegetation and wildlife, what the meaning and importance, distribution of natural vegetation, conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife, national park and bioreserves. Natural vegetation and wildlife. Some school children were visiting an exhibition on handicrafts. The articles in exhibition were collected from different parts of the country. Mona picked up a bag and exclaimed, "This is a beautiful handbag." "Yes, it is made from jute," the teacher said. "Do you see those baskets, lampshades, chairs? Those are made of canes and bamboos." In the eastern and northeastern humid regions of India, bamboo grows in plenty. Jessie was excited to see a silk scarf. "See this beautiful scarf?" The teacher explained. "That silk is obtained from silkworms that are bred on mulberry trees." The children understood that plants provide us with many different products that we use in our day-to-day life. Natural vegetation and wildlife exist only in the narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere, and that we call biosphere. Natural vegetation means the vegetation which thrives naturally. Plant cover of a vast area or any area which thrives naturally called natural vegetation. And wildlife, the animals which survive themselves without the interference of human being. In the biosphere, living beings are interrelated and interdependent on each other for survival. This life supporting system is known as ecosystem. Ecosystem is a system exists between all form of life together with their physical components of environment, land, water, air, called ecosystem. Vegetation and wildlife are valuable resources. Why? Because plants provide us with timber. Second, give shelter to animals. Third, produce oxygen we breathe and help in carbon oxygen cycle. Protects soil which is so essential for growing crops. Act as shelter belt. Help in storage of underground water. The root of plant help in seepage of water to underground water get stored. Give us fruits, nuts, latex, turpentine oil, gum, medicinal plants, and also the paper that is so essential for studies. So there are innumerable uses of plants. You can add some more. The uses of plants. See, the Brahma Kamal, it is a medicinal herb. Medicines are prepared. Next, a blue kingfisher work as a cleanser. Next, you see silkworms. Silkworm is reared on mulberry trees to prepare silk, to manufacture silk. Wildlife includes animal, birds, insect as well as the aquatic life forms. Animals also provide us varieties of things like meat, milk, hide, wool. Insects like bees provide us honey, help in pollination of flowers, and have an important role to play as decomposers in the ecosystem. The birds feed on insects and act as decomposers as well. Vultures, due to its ability to feed on dead livestock, is a scavenger and considered a vital cleanser of the environment. Scavenger means the waste what is thrown. Yeah? It pick up, and by eating it, it clean the environment. So animals, big or small, all are integral to maintaining balance in the ecosystem. Means each and every creatures on this earth are important for us. A python in a forest. Now, next you see black buck, which is rare species, means very less in number, so needs protection. Vulture in the Indian subcontinent were dying of kidney failure shortly after scavenging livestock treated with diclofenac. What is this? It is a painkiller just like aspirin or ibuprofen. Efforts are on to ban the drug for livestock use and breed vulture in captivity. Now we will see distribution of natural vegetation. The growth of vegetation depends on primarily on temperature and moisture. So climate play a very important role. The varieties of crops grown because climate vary from place to place. The major vegetation types of the world are grouped as forests, grasslands, scrubs and tundra. In areas of heavy rainfall, huge trees may thrive. The forests are thus associated with areas having abundant water supply. As the amount of moisture decreases, the size of trees and their density reduces. Short stunted trees and grasses grow in the region of moderate rainfall, forming the grasslands of the world. Thorny shrubs and scrubs grow in dry areas of low rainfall, and in areas plants have deep root. In these areas, plants have deep roots and leaves with thorny and waxy surface to reduce loss of moisture through transpiration. Next is tundra vegetation. Tundra vegetation of cold polar region comprise of mosses and lichens. So in this way, with change in the nature of climate, types of vegetation varies from place to place. Now we will see the most important types of vegetation, that are forests, which play very important role in maintaining the ecosystem on a large extent. The forests are broadly classified as evergreen forest and deciduous forest depending on when they shed their leaves. Evergreen, as it seems with its name. Forests do not shed their leaves simultaneously. The trees of these forests do not shed their leaves altogether in any season of the year. Deciduous forests shed their leaves altogether in a particular season to conserve moisture. Both types of forest are further classified on the basis of region, area wise, as tropical or temperate based on their location in different latitudes. You have learnt in detail about the various forest types, their distribution and associated animal life in the previous class. Today there are many more people in the world than there were 2 centuries back. Our population has grown very fast. So to feed the growing numbers, large area of forest have been cleared to grow crops. Forest cover all over the world is vanishing rapidly. So there is urgent need to conserve this valuable resource. So these forests also get destroyed. Conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. Forests are our wealth. Plants give shelter to the animals and together they maintain the ecosystem. Changes of climate and human interference can cause the loss of natural habitats for the plant and animals. Many species have become vulnerable or endangered, and some are on the verge of extinction. Vulnerable means their number is in declining trend. So if this trend of their declination continues, so in near future they would be endangered. Endangered means about to extinct, and then they will disappear from our surrounding. Deforestation, soil erosion, constructional activities, forest fire, tsunami, and landslides are some of the human and natural factors which accelerate the process of extinction of these forest resources. One of the major concerns is the poaching, which results in a sharp decline in the number of particular species. The animals are poached for collection and illegal trade of hides, skins, nails, teeth, horns, as well as feathers. Some of these animals are tiger, lion, elephant, deer, black buck, crocodile, rhinoceros, snow leopard, ostrich, and peacock. These can be conserved by increasing awareness. National parks, wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserves are made to protect our natural vegetation and wildlife. Conservation of creeks, lakes, and waterland is necessary to save the precious resource from depletion. There is a balance in the environment if the relative number of species is not disturbed. Human activities in several parts of the world have disturbed the natural habitat of many species. Due to indiscriminate killing, several birds and animals have either become extinct or are on the verge of extinction. Awareness programs like Society Forestry and Van Mahotsava should be encouraged at regional community level. School children should be encouraged to bird watch and visit nature campus so that they appreciate the habitat of varied species. National Park. National Park is a natural area designed to protect the ecological integrity of one or more ecosystem for the present and the future generation. And biosphere reserve, series of protected areas linked through a global network intended to demonstrate the relationship between conservation and development. Many countries have passed laws against the trade as well as killing of birds and animals. In India, killing lions, tigers, deers, great Indian bustard, and peacocks is illegal. And international convention CITES have been established that list several species of animals and birds in which trade is prohibited. Conservation of plants and animals in is an ethical duty of every citizen. CITES The Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora is an international agreement between governments. It aims at to ensure the international trade in specimens of wild animals and plants does not threaten their survival. Roughly 5,000 species of animals and 28,000 species of plants are protected. Bears, dolphin, cacti, corals, orchid, and aloes are some examples. Chapter is over. Thank you.